Hello, once again. Welcome to our conversation about insurance. Thank you for smiling when you heard insurance. Yes. Once again, thank you for smiling when you heard insurance. So let's go into it. I've stepped out and I've had very positive feedback from everyone that I've spoken with. There are people who have genuine concerns about insurance, which is valid. And there are people who do not know about insurance. I'll take them one after the other and then we can go into it. Okay. So the first thing that I notice is that people do not know that insurance is a means of generational wealth. So there are certain families right here in Ghana who have protected their generational wealth with an insurance policy called a life plan. So that as soon as every member of the family turns 18, that person is signed on to a life plan. What does the life plan do for the family as a whole? So if you have a family of say 5, so mom, dad, and 3 kids or 3 children, what happens is that all family members are on a life plan. So mom and dad, let's peg their age to be somewhere around 54, between 54, 40s, and 49, 54. Everyone, both parents are on a life plan. They are paying substantial amounts, could be 1,000, could be 2,000, could be 5,000. Please, you get it. Could even be 10,000. Now, the young ones who have turned 18 are also on a life plan. Now, the good thing about it is that when you are young, the premiums you pay are much lesser than someone who is old. So, an 18-year-old will be contributing somewhere around 200 cedis, 300 cedis, 400 cedis, and maximum probably 500 cedis. Now, what does that do? The same 5,000 or the same 2,000 that daddy and mommy are contributing, that will give the family a sum assured of 500,000 cedis or 300,000 cedis or even a 200,000 cedis. That 18-year-old, who is also a family member, would also have the same sum assured. So this is what happens. You have generational wealth in the sense that should any member pass on, the family receives 200,000 cedis or 500,000. So imagine this. Unfortunately, God forbid, daddy passed on. Maybe daddy encountered an accident or by natural means, daddy passed on. Family receives 300,000 cedis. You realize that the trajectory of the family in terms of finances is not drastically changed. Please, you get it. So that has to do with generational wealth. So at every point in time, there's money at home. Also, the life plan normally, the generational wealth plan normally takes place between after 10 years. So if you contribute for 10 years and nothing happens to anybody, what happens is that the monies that you've contributed, we refund it to you as your savings. So if you were contributing 1,000 cedis a month for Kojo, who is 18 years now, by the time Kojo turns 28, 10 years has elapsed and the policy has matured. So we will multiply the 1,000 cedis by 10 years. That is 120 months. And we give the monies back to Kojo. If at that time Kojo is not gainfully employed, Kojo could use that one as a startup capital. You see how excellent this is? Again, I'm saying that people here in Ghana are practicing this as I speak with you. Sometimes you meet clients and they tell you that, oh, I'm on policies. I have several ones. I'm even contributing 2,000 cedis a month. Please, you get it. Now, the other thing about insurance that I need to talk about is the fact that it's an open secret. People sometimes do not know about it, and normally people who are signed on, it's not something we normally have conversations on. Ideally, most of the time, people won't go out of their way to tell you that I'm on an insurance policy. So please don't think a lot of people are not on insurance. A lot of people are on insurance. The next guy that you are speaking with, your friend, your family member, somebody is on the insurance plan. Okay, so don't get left behind. Sign on to an insurance plan, and to go a long way to protect your finances, just like your brother has, your sister has, your church member has. In a month, you could contribute 500 cedis, 1,000 cedis, and above, and you are good. Please, you get it. Let's talk about this. This is also important. Insurance has certain policy exclusions. For example, when you are on a life plan or when you have an insurance plan, and then you go and partake in a protest willingly, you go and partake in a protest, and you are the one leading the charge. You have the co on and all that, and if something happens to you, insurance may not cover you. Okay, so that is how come sometimes people will be like, I went for my claims and I didn't get my claims because there are certain policy exclusions. That is why sometimes when I meet my clients, I like to educate them on policy exclusions. Okay, the fact that you're on an insurance plan does not mean that when you go for a war, for example, as we speak now, I want to use a real life example. Russia and then Ukraine are engaged in a war. So let's say that you're a Ghanaian, you have a life plan with an insurance company, and you know that when you go and fight for maybe either Russia or Ukraine, you are likely to receive good money in terms of pay. But what you have done is that you have now forfeited the insurance cover should something happen to you. Please, you get it. So there are certain policy exclusions that you are not supposed to do, and you know that, for example, you know that the particular sport you are going to have is a dangerous sport. Car racing, speed race, it's going to affect it. It's likely that you have issues with it. Please do not do that so that your policy still covers you. I hope you are getting it. So there are certain policy exclusions that you need to take cognizance of, or you need to be aware of. Now, it's different from the fact that you are going to work, you are traveling to another location, and then you unfortunately you have an accident and you are affected in a negative way. That is different. But where willfully you know that this I'm doing, it has a potential of harming me, and you still go ahead to do it, insurance may not cover you. I hope you are fine. Okay. And the next one I saw about it is that if I was in power, let's say if I had the power, I would ensure that every Ghanaian worker has a life insurance cover. I find that when you are on an educational plan affords you the ability to make partial withdrawal year on year. Every year you're able to make a partial withdrawal on an educational plan. So do you know what it does for you? It can cater for your children's school fees. Are you getting it? It can cater for your rent. Okay. It can cater for your utility bills. Please, you get it? And the good thing about insurance is that it's a discipline. So you know that you have signed on to an insurance policy that, at the end of each month, maybe deduct 1,000 cedis, deduct 2,000 cedis. So after each year, when you are hard pressed, because sometimes there are projects that pop up, or there are projects that you are embarking on that immediately you do not have money from your salary that you can use to sort out your children's school fees. Then you go to the insurance company and you're like, I want to make a partial withdrawal on my educational plan so I can sort out my child's school fees. It's the best. Again, I told you, insurance is an open secret. A lot of people are on insurance, but probably they've not told you about. And that's what people are using. I spoke with one man a couple of weeks ago, and he said that he wants an educational plan for his children because he owns a block factory, you see, and sometimes he will need to just set aside some amounts so that he caters for his children's school fees with that educational plan. So you see, people are really using educational plans and life insurance policies for themselves and for the benefits of their family. The next one I saw is that I need to talk about this one. Probably you are working in a good place. We thank God for that. Please let no one in the workplace advise you or discourage you from having your own personal life insurance cover. The idea is that, maybe I'm working in a top-notch place. The company has placed all of us on insurance cover, which is good. However, what happens? Have you asked yourself, what happens should you be laid off? If you are laid off, will the company still cater for your insurance cover? You see, so what have we done? We have given control to our companies. So company is control. Maybe company X has all its workers on an insurance cover. My dad used to work in a company where up to the age of 21, we could go to the company's hospital for a free medical checkup, free checkup, free medical care with issues with any issue that has to relate with medicals or medicine or illness or ill health. Please, you get it. However, after turning 21, after 22, you're not covered by that policy again. So if the company has an insurance cover for it, it's good. However, don't leave control to the company alone. So that's what I'm suggesting. This is a solution I'm giving. Your company has everybody on cover. Awesome. How about you also contribute 500 cedis a month? Because you are working at a good place, contribute 500 cedis a month. That will not affect your pocket so much on an insurance cover. You see, so you are covered by a company, and you also have a life plan. A good thing about the life plan is that after 10 years, if nothing happens to you, you come back for your monies. A good thing about the educational plan is that after 2 years, you can make your first partial withdrawal. Then after that, every year you can make a partial withdrawal. Like I said, it caters for children's school fees, utility bills, and certain emergencies. Please, you get it. One good thing, the life plan, what it does is that, for example, you are diagnosed with a serious ailment. Company has covered you, but because you are on a life plan with an insurance company, what happened? The insurance company also paid you that claim. So company's cover is given, insurance company's cover is also given. Is it not a win-win for you? Okay, so please consider it so well. Those of us who are working in companies where they cover us, this one is for us. Again, like I said, if I had authority, I would have ensured that every Ghanaian worker is covered on an insurance policy. Okay. Now to my diasporans, sometimes we hear in the news, I sent money home and then they squandered my money. A whole trusted family member, a trusted pastor, a trusted cousin, they squandered my money. So there's an idea I have for you. When you return to Ghana, maybe during 30th December, Easter, or any project, and you are back in Ghana, that's what I want you to do. The advice is visit an insurance company. You can reach out to me. I'll leave my contacts, everything. We will talk about how to sign you on an insurance cover whilst you are here in Ghana. And then when you are abroad, you can still fund the insurance policies so that for 2 years, after 2 years, when you return, there's still money there for you. After 3 years, when you return, there's money there for you. After 5 years, there's money there for you. So that it won't happen that you give your monies to family members and then they squandered it. Please, you get what I'm saying. So that is what I have for my diasporans who are out there. And finally, I just want to say that learn about policy exclusions. Insurance protects us in terms of giving us generational wealth. If you're in a company that has company insurance or has covered every member of staff on an insurance policy, it is always good to have your own policy too, so that you have control over your life or your finances. So that should you leave the job, you are not going to start from scratch because you are not getting any younger. Please, you get it. Thank you so much. Again, I do this because the idea is to ensure all Ghanaian lives. Okay, one life at a time. Thank you.